I want to start things off by asking you the question if you remember the news about a possible volcanic eruption near Grindavík next to the airport in the beginning of the year. I can tell you, this woman remembers it. This is my mom. She and my dad live in Grindavík and were quite frightened of a news of a possible volcanic eruption in their backyard. But they wasted no time and gathered all the most important stuff from the house and put it into the car to be ready at all times if the eruption would happen overnight. Can you guess what were the first few items she brought to the car? No, she didn't bring my dad first, but she took two things, a suitcase of clothes and her precious photo albums. I think she has around 50 photo albums lying around the house, so it's not like it was the most easy thing to grab, but still, it was the most important thing to her. Out of those 50 photo albums, I think 15 are just dedicated to me. And those photo albums have one thing in common, and that is that I'm 12 years old or younger in all of them. It seems that around 2005 that all photos of me have disappeared from the face of the earth. Of course they didn't, but they kind of did. Now they're just sitting around in the cloud or stored on external hard drives around the house. This is a problem, and this is the problem we at LightSnap are trying to solve. Photos are lost in the cloud, and no one prints photos anymore. They're just sitting around waiting for you to lose them. So, in the beginning of this year, we came up with a solution and released the world's first disposable camera app, LightSnap. In LightSnap, you buy a film containing 24 photos, you take the photos with your phone, and then you get photo prints delivered to your home. And just like the physical disposable camera, you see the photos for the first time upon delivery. It's simple as that. You take photos with LightSnap, you get photos delivered. Since we released the app, we have gotten over 2,000 Icelandic users and have delivered over 400 films already. But the most promising metric so far is that out of those users that got a film delivered, over 47% of them buy a film again immediately upon delivery. So you may be asking yourself now, why a disposable camera app? We could have created some new fancy service that allows you to upload your photos and get them printed out. But that exists today, and majority of people do not use it. So we looked at what devices people used before the digital camera emerged and noticed that the disposable camera solved most of the issues we sought out to solve. You skip the decision process of selecting your best photos because all of your photos are your best photos. And the anticipation of waiting for photos and seeing them for the first time upon delivery. We decided to take the good things from the disposable camera, remove the bad, and put it into your phone. The competition and market size. We have physical cameras like Polaroid cameras and disposable cameras. They almost became extinct when the digital camera emerged, but have been on the rise for the past 10 years. And an example of that is that Fujifilm sold 14 million units of disposable cameras in 2018, compared to only 2 million in 2014. But they're expensive, they're bad for the environment, and it's quite a hassle of having a camera in your pocket when you have an even better camera in your other pocket, your phone. Then we have printing services like Snapfish and Photobox. They do what they do well, but their issue is that giving yourself the time of going through thousands and thousands of photos is just too time-consuming and quite a daunting task. Photos and memories should be a fun experience. It's not fun organizing your photos in the cloud. To put this market into perspective, Fujifilm sold imaging solutions like disposable cameras and printing services for over $2.4 billion in the year of 2018. The team around LightSnap consists of Adam Norfjord, a software engineer and a UI UX designer, and me, a software engineer and a marketing guru. We have experienced it in corporate companies like EA Games and TripAdvisor, as well as startups and app development companies like Spear and Stalker Software, which is responsible for the majority of apps we Icelanders use today. We have two unique go-to-markets. We're testing out a freemium model in collaboration with Nóa, where we give customers of Nóa a free sample film to give them the initial push into the awesome experience of having photos into your home again. This will be vital to find our super users since our retention percentage is so high. Then we have event films. Where do you take the majority of your photos? It's when you're doing something fun. It's when if you're at a party, you're on a holiday with your family, or when you're at a wedding. Weddings are a perfect example for LightSnap's event films. The wedding host buys a film from LightSnap, event film, then invites guests to the event film, where guests can collaboratively take photos into a group film. Here, we only need to convince the wedding host to buy an event film from LightSnap, and they will convince hundreds of people to use and download LightSnap. Our business model is simple. We're a software company, but we sell product. For films that sell to individuals, we have a $6.07 margin, and for films that go to events, we sell from $200 to $600 with a 40% margin. Our roadmap. Today, we have a monthly recurring revenue for over $1,500, mostly in Iceland. But we know that Iceland is just too small of a market for an app like LightSnap. We are searching for angel investors with experience at scaling and marketing apps like LightSnap at the global market. We aim to set a foothold in Europe by the end of 2021 and in the USA by the end of 2022. These markets have seen the highest uptick in sales of disposable cameras in the past 10 years, and therefore we aim to start there. We hope that you are as excited as we are of bringing back the pleasant anticipation and nostalgic feeling of having photo prints back into people's living rooms. Thank you.
Thank you very much.